Andrew, you cheeky little monkey. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing,
I'm
cheeky
good.
boy?
I'm a cheeky monkey too. I'm a cheeky monkey. No, I'm great. I just heard from my parents. They're about to go and get their second vaccine today, so I'm going to get to see them soon. Come on!
Yes, that's amazing
Feel Good
news.
Friday.
Yes.
And here's some feel-good news from your favourite Cultaholic boys. WWE plans to work with other promotions have been leaked. A WWE Hall of Famer has teased one more match. And we've got an update to WWE's touring plans. Stay tuned. Kicking things off with some pretty damn exciting news as far as I'm concerned regarding WWE's plans to working with other companies. This has been leaked by Dave Meltzer this morning in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. By far the biggest story coming out of that newsletter. And Andrew is here to tell you more.
I am, so let me tell you. So, it seems as though WWE, get this, Adam, are you ready, are in talks with MLW, and it's along the lines of the old Evolve deal, or to a degree like the deal that they had with ECW in the 1990s as well. So, it's all exciting. So the idea is to get some of the developmental guys who aren't working on NXT television some work, like get them doing some things. There's also the idea of creating their own Evolve-like group as a weekly streaming show, but this would allow the guys to work on actual television and get more exposure than on Peacock, and also seem like they're changing and modernizing, which I think it would be a good look for WWE.
I think
it
makes sense. I'm certainly not going to accuse WWE of being left behind because they're the industry leader, of course. But when you've got the likes of AEW, Impact, New Japan starting to work together, it does feel a bit dated perhaps that WWE aren't doing this. So I actually think it's a really sensible shout. And he continues here. The idea is that people see AEW having these partnerships and they want WWE want it to look like they're not set in its old ways and they're not uncooperative in the real world. So to me, this is perhaps as much a PR thing, perhaps a little more so than it is about getting these wrestlers on TV. This is all about their image once again. But that's not to say that it won't result in some great matchups or great moments.
I mean, yeah, and there's plenty of like guys in MLW as well that obviously used to be in WWE. So like Leo Rush, Daivari, TJP, like loads of people like that. And then also you've got people like Jacob Fatu, who I think is the MLD. Yeah, the champion.
He's amazing.
And he's obviously a part of the whole Fatu family lineage as well. And obviously you potentially do something with Roman Reigns or something there. Who knows? Maybe, but yeah, I think it's cool, and I think it's a good idea for WWE to sort of, like you were saying, come out more PR wise and say, well, not that they've said this actually because it's been leaked, but sort of like it's a good idea for them to start doing this. I think. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, we'll see how it pans out. Absolutely, but I don't know. There are a few wrestlers there that. I've been watching some filthy Tom Lawlor stuff since we covered him in a news video earlier this week or late last week. And man, I really like that guy. And he's in MLW rather, so it'd be really interesting to see him there. And so, yeah, we'll keep you updated on that. Next up, we've got an update on an injured WWE star, MVP. Appearing on WWE's El Brunch de WWE, which is a Spanish WWE show, giving an update saying, I'm returning to Houston. As a matter of fact here, I've got exclusive news just for you and the WWE Espanol viewers. As many of you know, my knee has been bothering me for some time now. I injured it a few months ago in the ring, and while it's better, it hasn't healed yet, and we've been trying to avoid surgery, so we're going to try one more procedure, and if it still doesn't work, then he might have to have some minor surgery for the knee, but not yet. We're going to try another treatment first. So we send our best to MVP. Obviously, it'd be nice to see him doing the odd tag match here and there or whatever. I always enjoy MVP. I like what they were doing with him as far as like using him on the odd occasion, teaming him up with people. I think that's perfect for him. I don't want to see him wrestling every week, especially as an older gentleman.
Older gentleman. No, yeah, I think that makes sense, and he's still really good though when he does get in the ring, and he when there was crowds and stuff, he would still get the pop and everything, which is really cool. Like it was
a ropey start. What? It's all panned out very nicely for MVP because when he came back. He had a bit of a stinker of a match, and I thought, oh, that's him done then. But no, he's stuck around, and he's done great work elevating the careers of many people, even if WWE maybe don't want him to do so with Shelton and Cedric. Moving swiftly on, WWE Hall of Famer teasing one more match. JBL asked during a YouTube Q&A if he would be up for a comeback, and he just said, yeah, I'd love to. I have an idea. about getting back. Every wrestler has an idea. It doesn't mean he's going to do it, and he doesn't know if his body's going to allow it, but right now he's just playing golf and enjoying that. But he's got an idea in mind. He wants to do it, and if that Saudi money's there, maybe he'll go and do it. But he's not the only one teasing a return, and I think this one's a little bit more likely, Andrew.
Yeah, it is. So, Mark Henry has apparently said this too. So on Booker T's podcast, he said, "There's a lot of kids that didn't get to see me wrestle. It's been enough time that has passed. I did not get that match where you go and pay tribute to the fans, and you go and you wrestle somebody that's up and coming, that's talented, and you give them what we call the rub," just like that. And he goes on to say, "I didn't do that, and I feel guilty. That's why I'm doing it." So
it looks like this is pretty likely to happen. And he is putting the work in, that's for sure. He has lost a whopping 6 stone. He's looking in amazing shape. I'm up for one more Mark Henry match. It's not something that I'm desperate to see because I don't know. He's decent in the ring and everything, and obviously he's a legend, a worthy Hall of Famer and everything. But I'm not lying awake at night thinking, man, I wish I got a proper Mark Henry match to finish things off. But if he gets a nice payday out of it and he puts someone over, then fair play.
Why
fair
not?
play to the lad. Next up, we got an update on Kenny Omega, and his next Impact match has been revealed, Andrew.
Oh, it has. So, following Kenny Omega disrupting the main event on Thursday's show, Impact World Champion Kenny Omega himself and the Good Brothers will face tag team champions Finn Juice, which is obviously David Finlay and Juice Robinson, and Eddie Edwards at Impact Wrestling Under Siege.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Also there, the next contender to Omega will be decided in a 6-way eliminator match, which contestants have yet to be determined for. So stay tuned there. Sticking with Impact now, Rebellion, what was a brilliant pay-per-view. Really, really enjoyed it. I've watched it back and I was like, yeah, you know what? There's a little something for everyone in this show. And it's done big pay-per-view numbers. Dave Meltzer, once again, reporting in The Observer. We don't have specific numbers, but some interesting lines here. Saying, the show appeared to have been the most successful pay-per-view show for the promotion in many, many years. On television pay-per-view, based on the numbers from one major company, this did almost exactly double of what Hard to Kill did, and 7 times the total buys, and right now 9 times the paid buys of Bound for Glory. And so really, really promising stuff for Impact. This AEW relationship has helped them out so much. He says it's way ahead of the numbers they were doing for the last several years on Spike, but is nowhere near the company's peak for the likes of Kurt Angle's matches with Joe, Sting, etc. So yeah, good news all around there, right?
Yeah, definitely. And as you just said, I think it's obviously the AEW relationship there. Thinking of the word there. The AEW relationship has been doing really good things for them, and I think this whole crossover thing, obviously with the it was the championship for championship match as well. I think that obviously got a lot of people like tuning in and seeing what would happen there. So
it's just trying to keep hold of those viewers now, isn't it? That's the thing. Who knows how long this AEW relationship is going to be happening? And same with the New Japan stuff as well. Now they've got to put the focus on their own guys as well. Who knows how long that's going to last? So they really need to be getting over some of their top stars also. Sticking with pay-per-view buy rates, we've got some news from coming out of AEW's Revolution show on 7th of March. And this is a number that blows away any prior expectations. The show was believed to have done 87,000 viewers based on streaming in the US and international. And given how previous big shows have done, the belief was television pay-per-view would come in at around 35 to 50,000. Putting the total estimate at around 122 to 137,000 total buys for the show. But there's a bit of a caveat here. With everything else coming in there, the number is actually going to be a little bit higher, the estimate, and it could be up to 159,000 total buys. Total gross of $7 million dues, far above previous reports. So that's really good news. So those early figures, just to clarify, weren't necessarily spot on, and the updated number of 159,000 total buys seems to be the golden one. And
that's good.
Not too shabby.
It's really good to say as well that obviously with the pandemic and everything, maybe the interest in wrestling, maybe what we thought has gone down, but that's like That's saying something, isn't it?
For sure. It's a hell of a lot of money. Good for them. Finishing off with a bit of WWE news regarding their touring plans. Once again, from The Observer, Andrew.
Yeah, so as far as returning to the road, there were hints this week inside the company that June might be the time that they come back. So
sooner rather than later, right?
Sooner, very much sooner rather than later. So talent was told August or perhaps late July. However, it was noted that if AEW was to start in July, they will move that up because they will do everything that they can to make sure that AEW doesn't do it first.
They're not competition.
No, it's not a competition. There's nothing petty about this, We just want to go first.
That's a shocker, isn't it? So yeah, maybe as soon as June, you may be able to see your favourite WWE superstars and Baron Corbin back on the road. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. Enjoy your bank holiday weekend if you're here in the UK. Enjoy your weekend if you're not. Enjoy your life. All the best. Take care. Goodbye.